Students. Welcome back to our Moral Science online class. Nice to meet you all again. I hope you are all doing good and have done your exams very well. Now, we are moving on to a new chapter, that is chapter 3. Your rights, my rights. Let's see the summary of the story. Was Radhi right? Radhi Radhi and her family were on a holiday in Jaipur. She was arguing with her parents because she wanted to have pizza for dinner, while her parents keen to have Rajasthani food. Her parents insisted had to have pizza after going to Bombay, but she argued with them that even though she is a child herself to have rights to decide what she want to eat. Her parents did not reply. Radhi had pizza for dinner. The next day, Radhi and her parents went out to visit the fort. On the way, the fort, Radhi saw many children and heard their sleepy sound and understood they were bored. Radhi asked about what was that. Their guide told that was a village school. Radhi's mother wanted to visit the school. So they reached the tent and saw nearly 30 students were sitting on the hot sand under a torn canvas exer. Only four of them were girls. The teacher was saying something, but she was not even looking at the children. There was no blackboard, no chart, not even walls, let alone fans. The children were restless because they were thirsty and hungry and bored. The teacher too was looking uncomfortable and sweaty. Radhi's father told Radhi those children to have rights. After reaching home, Radhi had a plan with the support of her parents, teachers, and friends and started weekend classes for 50 students. Many of them borrowed this idea because this plan is successful with little money. It needed only the will to help. Radhi now gets satisfaction in helping other children to enjoy their rights. Students, take a book, page number 20. I will read and explain the lesson. Was Radhi right? First para, Radhi was an usual arguing with her parents. Arguing means exchange angry comments. Exchange angry comments. They were on a holiday in Jaipur. She wanted to have pizza for dinner. Pizza is a Italian food. While her parents were keen to sample Rajasthani food. You can have pizza when we get back to Mumbai, her parents told her. Let us try something different tonight. But Reddy would not listen. You cannot ignore me. She raved through I am a child. Raved means talk agreely. I too have a right to decide what I want. Her parents did not reply. Radhi ate pizza for dinner. Next day, they were on their way to visit a fort outside Jaipur. As they went past a village, they saw a big tent from which many children's voices would be heard. Tent means shelter made of canvas. Shelter made of canvas. They sounded sleepy and bored. Reddy asked, "What is that?" "That's the village school," explained the guide. Who is guide? Person who shows the way. Radi's mother asked, would we have a look at the school? So the guide took them to the tent. They saw about 30 children sitting on the hot sand under a torn canvas cover. Only four of them were girls. The teacher was saying something, but he was not even looking at the children. There was no blackboard, no chart, not even walls, let alone fans. The children were restless because they were thirsty and hungry and bored. The teacher too was looking uncomfortable and sweaty. Radi's father told her gently, these children have rights too. Yesterday you spoke about your rights. Would not it be nice to fight for the rights of children like this? Radi felt moved by what she had seen. She was determined to make a difference. When she got home, she talked to a group of her classmates and came up with a plan. With the support of her parents, school principal, and three of their teachers, Radhi and five of her friends started weekend classes and story reading for 50 poor children living near the school. The program has become so popular and others have also borrowed the idea. Program means list of planned events. It needed very little money. It needed only the will to help. Radhi now gets satisfaction in helping other children to enjoy their rights. This story tells us we all have equal rights but also equal responsibilities. The story tells us that we all have equal rights but also equal responsibilities. All of us are born with equal rights. When someone tries to take away our rights, do not we get angry and resentful? Yes, we do. But when we see other people's right being taken away, do we protest the same way? No, often we just ignore it. Why isn't it unfair? Next, moving on to let's understand. Human rights are the basic rights and freedom that help to every person in the world from birth until death. Human rights are the basic rights and freedom that help to every person in the world from birth to until death. All people are born equal. Does this mean all people are exactly the same? Of course not. So you may ask, how can they be equal? Being equal does not mean being the same in every way. It means having equal rights. Being equal does not mean being the same in every way. It means having equal rights. It means being treated with equal fairness and justice. Fairness means good. Being treated with equal love and consideration. Being given equal opportunities to lead a happy life. Once again, I will read. Being treated with equal fairness and justice. Being treated with equal love and consideration. Being given equal opportunities to lead a happy life. We must also remember that different people have different needs. You are able to run up the steps of your school, but the boy in the wheelchair needs a ramp. You are able to stand on tiptoe, to watch the parrot from the roadside. But your little sister needs to be lifted up to see. You can brush and comb your own hair, but grandma needs help with her hair. When you are all well, your mother expects you to help with the work at home. But when you are sick, she will do extra work to make you comfortable. What does this mean? We have to be aware of people's needs and our common sense. If all the children in a school have the right to get free uniforms, will we give every child the same size of clothes? Of course, we would not. We must tailor our help according to the person's need. This is the way to make sure that everyone gets fair treatment and equal rights. All human beings are born equal to dignity and rights. All human beings are born equal in dignity and rights. Okay, students. Next, let's see talk it over. You have two pets. One is a happy, healthy, and bouncy puppy, and the other is a bird with a broken wing. You love them both equally, and you want the bird to be able to fly again. What is the right thing for you to do? Remember, their rights are the same, but their needs are different. The rights are the same, but the needs are different. Give equal time and attention to both. Give more time to the bird till it gets better because it needs more help from you. Keep the dog and give away the bird because you can't give equal time to both. Keep the bird and give away the dog because you can't give equal time to both. There are different kinds of inequality and injustice in the world. Some people are very wealthy while others are very poor. This is economic equality. Inequality. Some people are very wealthy while others are very poor. This is economic inequality. In many countries, women are not treated as fairly as men. This is the gender inequality. In some parts of the world, dark skinned people are treated as inferiors. This is the racial inequality. In some parts of the world, dark skinned people are treated as inferiors. This is racial inequality. In our country, some people are treated as inferiors on the basis of caste. This is social inequality. The inferiors on the basis of caste. This is social inequality. The Constitution of India gives equal rights to all citizens. A great achievement. But we need to make it a reality. We need to remove all inequalities based on caste, gender, region, and social status from our land. We should create a just society with equal rights for all. How can we do this? The change must begin in our minds. We must realize that every person's rights are as important as our own. We must fight for the rights of others with the same energy as we fight for our own. Only when everyone's rights are in balance can there be peace and harmony. The change must begin in our minds. We must realize that every person's rights are as important as our own. We must fight for the rights of others with the same energy as we fight for our own. Only when everyone's rights are in balance can there be peace and harmony. Okay, students. Students, here is an activity for you. Take page number 24. See the fourth question. Picture study. Look at this picture carefully. Write your thoughts in a few lines and compose a short poem. Complete the activity and submit on 11/9/2021. Okay, students, that's all today's topic. I hope you all have understood. If you have any doubt, contact me. Go through the book on today's topic. Your rights, my rights. Later, I will send question answers on today's topic through WhatsApp group. Okay, students, thank you all.